Welcome back, everybody. It is Home Ec Week here on PTL, and in today's Money Monday segment, we are talking about the ec part of home ec, as in economics.
That's right. It's especially important right now with so many people watching their finances due to COVID-related job losses or illnesses. It's a situation really that's out of our hands.
Yeah, so many times it is. But one thing we can do is create a household budget to help control our finances. So Jayme Meredith, Senior Vice President at Hefren-Tillotson, is here to help us get started. And Jayme, we love it whenever we're able to talk to you. Thank you for joining us. Tell us first off, why are budgets so important? They're really kind of a guide for us all, right?
Oh, without question. And really, it comes down to knowledge is power. You need to know where your money is going. You slap down the plastic, you pull out the cash, you have a busy life. You don't know where all of that money is going. If you're able to see where it's going, well, you can determine, are you on a sustainable path, an unsustainable path? Are you spending more money at places which maybe you didn't realize you were spending that much money and don't have to? And you could put that money better to work somewhere else. So knowing where your money goes is a really important first step.
When we talk about first steps, Jayme, like for instance, I know a store that starts with tea and coffee are my two biggest weaknesses for me. But where do you start when you're really trying to budget and figure out where is all my money going every month?
Well, it takes a little bit of time, and there's a couple different techniques to do it, but really all you need is a pen and a pencil and a piece of paper and maybe a calculator. And what I recommend with folks is start with something easy, your income. Most people have one job. You know what your paycheck is. Those of us that are salaried, well, it's the same number every month. Well, write that number down. After taxes, what hits your checking account? That's the first thing. Number two is on the expense side. And really start with those big expenses that don't change. One of them would be housing. Are you renting? What is your rent every month? Do you own your house? What is your mortgage payment every month? Also throw in things like property tax and insurance. Those things don't change, and they're a big part of the budget. You may want to look at utilities, prescription drugs, maybe your cell phone. The really big things that are there, and the really important things that if you stop paying them, bad things happen. Those are the biggest part of the budget, and that's the first place to start.
Jayme, right now we've seen statistically a lot of women are changing what they're doing. They are now staying home to help with either kids' virtual learning or perhaps job losses within a family. That creates a bigger issue when you're dealing with budgeting, or if you're at that point where you're trying to make that decision whether or not you can stay home. How do you factor all of that into your budgeting and making it work?
Right. It's so difficult for women in the workforce. The Bureau of Labor Statistics came out and said that women have been hit the hardest through COVID. Most women are in frontline jobs, whether it's restaurants or healthcare. They're people facing, and those are the jobs that are hit the hardest. Students are home. Somebody has to take care of them, and more than not, that falls on the better half of the relationship, the females. But if you're making that decision, should I stay home? The budget is critical. You need to know, well, what are your expenses? If you give up your job and you give up that income, or that income is reduced by a number of hours, well, what does that impact your expenses? What can you cut out and still be able to pay those important bills like the rent and the mortgage? Again, you need to know where your money is going so you know what you can cancel. Say, a cable bill that you don't watch 500 channels. It might be cheaper to just subscribe to Netflix or YouTube or something like that, or just rent the movies when you want to watch them. That could save you hundreds of dollars of each month, but you need to know where your money is going before you can make those decisions.
Yeah, what a timely question that is. And so what's the last step? What's the last thing to consider about budgets?
Well, the last step is just bringing everything together. Look at your income, look at those major expenses, and just subtract. Do you have more money at the end of the month, or do you have less money at the end of the month? If you have less money, well, now you need to dig in a little bit deeper. You need to maybe fill in some of those gaps. What am I spending to go out to eat? What am I spending on clothes and shoes and things that maybe are important but certainly aren't critical? And especially if you have more expenses than money at the end of the day, you need to look where you can trim some of those things. Maybe the electricity bill, you turn the heat down a notch, wear a little bit more clothes. Maybe you drive a little bit less in your car, save on gas, maybe you carpool. There's ways that you can slowly start reducing those expenses and hopefully get you on the right path.
All right, well, thank you, Jayme. All good advice, and we always enjoy talking with you.
Well, it's always great to talk with you guys.
All right, Jayme, Meredith, and our thanks once again to Hefren-Tillotson for sponsoring today's Money Monday segment.